So good day everyone. I am Ronald Estrabara, and for today's discussions, we are going to talk about the ADDIE model or the ADDIE framework. The ADDIE framework is an instructional design model used in creating effective learning materials and lessons. It stands for analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. This framework helps teachers and instructional designers organize the teaching process systematically to ensure that learning objectives, activities, and assessments are effective and meaningful for students. For the illustration or the example of the ADDIE framework or model. So let's start with the ADDIE's advantages. So first, adaptability. The ADDIE model is flexible and can be applied in different subjects, industries, and learning environments. It can be used for both individual and group projects. For example, a teacher can use ADDIE to create lesson plans, and a company can use it for employee training programs. For the second one, the consistency. The ADDIE model follows a step-by-step process that helps maintain, organize, and quality instructional materials. And another example with that, teachers using the same ADDIE process can create lessons with clear objectives and activities and evaluations. For the third one, the iteration opportunities. ADDIE allows revisions and improvements in every stage through feedback and evaluation. Example here is after students give feedback on a lesson plan or a lesson, the teachers can improve the activities before using them again. And for the last one, the evaluation component. The model includes evaluation to measure if the learning objectives were achieved and to identify areas for improvement. The last example here is a company may use quizzes or surveys after training to check if employees understand the lesson effectively.
So, good day everyone. My name is Luis Paulina Rain and I am here to talk about the disadvantages of using ADDIE model. ADDIE model was used by some organizations, business, and school to design a lesson plan or a training program. So now, let's talk about its disadvantages. So now we have this first linear process. ADDIE model or ADDIE method is using a fixed step-by-step process wherein before you go to the next phase, you would need to finish the other phase. And if there's changes or need to be changed quickly, it would be difficult to change it because of the process. So now we have this being resource intensive. ADDIE model was say easy to use or easy to use if there's have enough resources, and it would be difficult of course to those small organization or small school who couldn't provide enough resources to use the method. So the third one is the lack of emphasis on user experience. One of the disadvantages of the ADDIE model is that may focus more on the lesson structures and learning objectives than on the learner experience. And even if there's a complete and organized structure, students may still or feel bored or unmotivated if the learning experience is not engaging.
And now, let's move on to the 5 phases and key activities of the ADDIE model. Let's have the first one, which is the analyze. In this phase, we focus on understanding the problem and also identifying what needs to be learned. So the first key activities that we should need to do is problem identification. Dito is tinatanong natin kung ano ba yung mga problem or gap na kailangan nating isolve. Next is training needs analysis. So dito naman is ina-identify natin kung ano ba yung mga skills or problems ang kailangan para ma-address natin yung problem. And the third key activities is identify top learning goals. So ito yung pinaka-main objective na dapat ma-achieve ng mga bata at the end. Let's say for example, the students should be able to solve the word problem activity. Next is determine the target audience. So it is very important that we know who our audience is. So is it a grade 6? And the last key activities that we should need to do is map required resource. So dito is chine-check natin kung ano yung mga materials, tools, or support ang kailangan, like worksheet, is a visual aid. So analyze phase is about understanding the situation first before we make a lesson. So let's have the second phase, which is the design phase. So in this stage, we plan how the learning will happen. So the first key activities is create a learning intervention outline. So this is like the lesson plan or structure of the activity. So for example, the teacher plans discussion, examples, and practice the activities. And the second one is high-level mapping of learning intervention. So this means that organizing the flow of the lesson step by step. So for example, introduction first, and then discussion, then group activity, and quiz. Next is mapping of evaluation methods. So this is how we measure if the students learned something. Like for example, we let them to take a quiz, a recitation, or activities. Next is development of a communication strategy. This is focuses on how the lesson will be delivered clearly to the students. So for example, I'd say using visuals or storytelling, also a group discussions. And for the last key activities is alignment with stakeholders. So this means that making sure that the lesson matches the goals of the teacher and the school. So let's say the activities should support the curriculum standards. So design phase is about planning effective and organized learning experiences for the students. And the third phase is development, and that will be discussed by my group mates.
Moving forward in the instructional design process, we arrive at the develop phase. This is where our plans, design, and blueprints are officially brought to life. During this stage, our focus shifts to several key activities. First, we determine the delivery method to decide exactly how our learners will access the content. Next is the actual production of the learner product, where we create our instructional material, followed by determining the specific instructional strategy, media, and methods that will best deliver that content. To ensure everything is up to par, we conduct a quality evaluation and focus heavily on the development and evaluation of assessment and tooling so we can measure student success accurately. Finally, we oversee the development of learning technology and create a robust communication strategy to make sure everyone involved is aligned and ready.
Implementation phase of the ADDIE framework. So in this stage, the plan, program, or learning activities are already carried out and applied in the actual settings. So it focuses on how the plans are executed and how the participants become involved in the activities. So the first key activities is the participation inside program. So where learners or participants join additional activities that support the main objectives of the program. So the next is the training, delivery, and participation, which refers to conducting the lessons, seminars, or training session while encouraging active involvement from participants. So, and the next is the change in the physical environment, so which means improving or adjusting the surrounding to create a better and more effective learning environment. And the next is the implementation of the communication plan. So, it is to ensure that information, instruction, and updates are properly shared among participants and organizers. And last is the execution of formal evaluation. So it refers to done to assess if the implementation is effective and if the objectives of the program are achieved. So for the overall is the implementation phase is important because it transforms the plan design into actual action and learning experiences.
Everyone, I'm Nicole Villanueva. We're going to evaluate the ADDIE model.
So, the evaluate phase of the ADDIE model check if learning or training was successful. In real life, teacher use quizzes, activities, and feedback to see if student understood the lesson, while companies evaluate employee performance after training. This phase help identify strengths, weaknesses, and improvement to make learning and training more effective.